Hi there, we are your financial freedom friends. Need help figuring out how to get that salary raise? No idea where to start your investment journey? We got you. Follow our simple step by step advice to achieve financial independence and job happiness. Today, make recruiters fall in love with you by avoiding the five most common job interview mistakes. You send out your CV, bite down your nails waiting for an answer, and finally receive the email you've been waiting for, an invitation to a job interview. You want this job, you need this job, and all that stands between you and your dream career is the interview. We are here to help you ace that interview. Between us, we have two businesses and more than 40 years of experience in the corporate world. We have hired countless people and know all the little details that make or break the job interview. Follow our advice on avoiding these five common interview mistakes, and you will be halfway there to securing your dream job. Guaranteed. Let's dive right in. Mistake number one: you assume the interview starts when you sit down at the table. The interview starts as soon as you get invited. Ensure your acceptance email is polite and enthusiastic, and then get to work. Research. Find out all you can about the company. Look at the recent news about them. If there's a recent positive milestone, such as new funding they acquired or a new satellite office somewhere, mention this in your interview. Check the company's mission statement and know the CEO. Look up the people who will interview you and memorize their departments and roles. Don't forget to check out the company's social media pages to get a feel for the company culture and tone. This way, you can see if they're a good fit for you. If you're looking for a casual startup vibe, but their social media is very corporate, this might be a red flag. Researching the company beforehand will allow you to ask tailored questions later. For example, if you can find salary information online, this can give you an advantage when negotiating your salary. By doing research, you demonstrate that you're prepared and excited about the role. You will also have a better idea of whether you and the company are a fit. You can also ask important questions with confidence. Mistake number two: your body language is off. It seems simple, but you'll be surprised how many people forget to make eye contact and smile during a job interview. More than 90% of our communication is nonverbal, so your body language really has to speak for itself. Practice. Sit straight and not at the edge of your chair. This signals confidence and strength. Don't fiddle with your hands or place them in your lap. Instead, put them on the table. Hold the interviewer's gaze and smile. Eye contact signals that you're open and interested. If you find it difficult to look people in the eyes, focus on the spot between their eyes. They won't notice the difference. It goes without saying that your phone should not be in your hands throughout the interview. Even if your insides squirm with anxiety, you should try to appear as relaxed as possible. But don't overdo it. You don't have to cosplay as another person. A little nervousness is absolutely fine, and there is no need for concern. All these tips also apply to online interviews. Mistake number three: you assume they have memorized your resume. You've tailored your resume to the position and show them exactly why you're the perfect candidate for this role. So there is no need to repeat your resume information in the interview, right? Wrong. The people on the other side of the table might have seen dozens of CVs in the last few days, and they all blend together. They might have only glanced at your CV and don't remember it. Some might not have looked at your CV at all. Before the interview, pick 4 or 5 aspects of your CV that are particularly relevant to the job. For example, previous experiences, language or software skills, and so on. And then make sure you include these in your answers. Assume they haven't read your CV and use the interview time to highlight your skills and expertise. The usual "tell us about yourself" question is a great opportunity to discuss the most important aspects of your CV and add 1 or 2 new bits of information. But more about that a bit later. Mistake number four: you badmouth your last job. Why are you leaving your last job? Is a common question. It might be tempting to tell the interviewer about your horrible boss or the annoying coworker who kept interrupting you. Don't. If you're not loyal to your current employer, your future employer will assume you will also badmouth them. Depending on the situation, talking badly about your ex employer could also leave you open to a slander suit. Don't risk it. Instead of focusing on why your last job was so terrible that you couldn't wait to leave, draw on the exciting aspects of the new position when asked this question. You can say something like, I was looking for a new challenge and wanted to do more client facing work, or whatever you will be doing at your new position. That is why I was excited when I saw your job posting. Also, look at your social media accounts before the interview and delete all posts complaining about your job. Mistake number 5, you talk too much. A job interview is a little bit like a date. If one party does all the talking, the relationship is doomed before it even starts. Some people tend to talk a lot when they're nervous. It's perfectly natural, but decreases your chances of landing the job. Once the interviewer has shut down because you drowned them in a long monologue, it will be hard to recover their interest. Think of some questions they might ask you and practice to answer them briefly. Don't talk extensively about your personal life or start anecdotes that have nothing to do with the job. Keep it short and sweet. If the interviewers want more information, they will ask. Once you have nailed preparation, body language, and energy, it's down to how to answer and ask questions. Before we dive into them, if you like this video so far, please press the like button, comment, and subscribe. Here are the 3 most dreaded interview questions and how to answer them. First of all, a classic. Tell me about yourself. This question can feel so big that it might be overwhelming to answer. Where to even begin? Well, pick one thing from each category that is relevant to this job: education, experience, personality. For example, briefly touch on your educational path and highlight one important thing for the role you're interviewing in more detail. Continue to your work experience and tell them 2 or 3 accomplishments from your previous positions. Finally, highlight an aspect of your personality that will help you in this new role. If you're applying in marketing, for example, tell them you're a natural communicator and back this up with evidence. For example, by highlighting that you led your high school debate club, that you started a professional development club at your last job, or anything similar. Next, the one question everybody hates: what are your biggest weaknesses? Whatever you do, don't say I'm a perfectionist or I care too much about my work. These see through answers will get you an eye roll at best. Instead, highlight a small but relatable mistake you made in a previous job. And this is crucial: what you learned from it. For example, I used to focus too much on the details of a project, which led me to fall behind and feel stressed out before deadlines. So, I started using a project management app to help me keep track of tasks and to focus on the bigger picture. Now I haven't missed a deadline in years. Or you can answer the question by focusing on an area where you want to improve. I could use more experience managing teams and delegating tasks. Are there any professional development resources at your company that could support me in my goal? And question number 3: why should we hire you? This is your choice to summarize all your achievements and to sprinkle in a bit of your personality. Start your answer by saying something that excites you about the company and the position. For example, how this new job allows you to work more internationally or to learn more about X, Y, and Z. Then go to your qualifications and tell them you're excited about using your skills and experiences. Be specific. If you love spreadsheets and this is relevant to the current position, mention it. Finally, let your character shine through. Pick one aspect of yourself, for example, your love of team working or communication skills or similar, and tell them you're excited to use that skill in this new role. If you don't have much relevant work experience, this is your chance to highlight your willingness to learn and grow or anything else that makes you stand out from the other candidates. So now that you know how to leave a good impression and answer tricky questions, let's ensure you end this interview on a high by asking the right questions. A job interview is a two-way street. Remember, this is also an opportunity to find out if you want to work for them. Use your time and ask questions. If the interviewer asks you whether you have any questions, avoid the shoulder shrug or drawn out no at all costs. If you don't ask any questions at the end of the interview, you will seem unprepared or uninterested. Instead, pick one or two of the questions below and show them that you care about the job and your role in the company. For example, what is the first thing that you would want me to focus on in my new role? Or, what opportunities are there for professional development and growth? Or, can you tell me more about the team? Or, what are the biggest challenges and opportunities for this role in the next 6 to 12 months? And finally, can you tell me what a typical day or week looks like in this position? One of the most powerful questions you can ask in a job interview is a so called hesitation question. Hesitation questions require guts, but they are worth it. Basically, you're asking the interviewer if any hesitation on their side prevents them from hiring you. By asking this, you show that you're open to feedback and you get a chance to iron out a potential bad impression. Examples of hesitation questions are: based on our interview today, is anything causing you hesitation about me filling the role? Is there anything I can clarify regarding my experience or motivation? Have I answered all the questions you have for me? It might be scary to ask for feedback directly in a job interview. Power through it, and you will be rewarded. And finally, always ask this question at the end: what are the next steps of the hiring process, and when can I expect to hear from you? That's it. Follow these simple steps and nail the job interview. Let's support each other. Tell us your go to job interview hack in the comments. Thanks for watching. Follow us to catch all our financial freedom, job, and finance tips. And don't forget, you got this.